This is Zach Clark, Development and Leadership Coaching. I want to continue to encourage you along this idea of how to stop fundraising and just start leading at the next level. And I've talked to you before about how you begin to connect who you really are with the work of the ministry and how it helps people as you're talking to them about what God is doing and what you're asking them to invest in when you're able to do that effectively. Connecting who you are with the work of the ministry. So this really happens in your message. It happens in how you talk about the ministry. That's where this begins to actually get fleshed out. So I don't want to spend too much time today talking about your entire message and how you structure that, but I do want to talk about one specific part of that, and that is how you talk about what you are working toward, where the ministry is headed, what you're working toward. Now, most people refer to this idea as vision, and that's exactly right. We have a vision, but you have to be able to communicate this in a way that connects with who you really are. Too much of the time I see leaders using material that's been given to them, a vision statement that's been given to them, a brochure, a fundraising appeal approach, and they kind of like, well, this is how we have to do this is how we have to communicate. Well, those tools are very, very helpful, but what's going to differentiate you is how you talk about what you're working toward. No other ministry is working toward what you are working toward, but you have to know what that is, and I'll tell you what it is. It does relate to your vision. Now, ministries can oftentimes have the exact same vision. You can do a search online. You can find ministries that have vision statements that are remarkably similar, if not exactly the same. So I'm not talking about your vision statement differentiating you. I'm talking about what you're working toward as a ministry to see happen in the lives of people. Hear me clearly on this. This is really important. Your vision is not about buildings. Your vision is not about programs, and your vision is even not about your ministry organization. Your vision is about a life, not lives, a life. The more effective you can be in your message, talking about a picture of a life, the more powerful your message will be, and the more you will be able to connect who you really are with the work of the ministry and who you are talking to. Here's how you do that. If your vision isn't buildings and it isn't programs and it's not for the organization, what is your vision? What do I mean when I say it's a person? Well, here's what I don't mean. I don't mean stories. I'll just tell a whole lot of stories. That's what I'll do. I'll get the vision across that way. Well, stories are great. What I'm talking about is you have to help people see a person, a man, a woman, a child, the individual, because your ministry is doing something that no one else is doing in the life of that person. That's why you exist, is you are reaching them, and no other ministry really is in this way. And it is about what you're hoping God will do in the life of that person. So it is, how you connect your heart to your message and your message to the people is you have to help them see it. You have to help them see the person saved or changed or helped or fed or transformed or educated or moved forward. That is the heart of what you do that no one else is doing the way that you do it. You have to help them see that in the life of a person, not just people, not just a crowd or a group. You don't serve homeless people. You serve a person. Help them see that person. You don't feed thousands of children. You feed one at a time. You see, by God's grace, one life changed. Help them see that. You don't educate 900 kids at your school. You are working toward the impact that one will have. You have to help them see that. Now, lastly, I want to help you take this even one step forward. How do you get this out of the philosophical and into the real, tangible work of a message and how you talk about it? Write it down. Write down a profile. I encourage ministries to develop a profile. If it's a ministry working with men, develop a profile of the man. If it's a Christian school, develop a profile of the graduate. If it's working with families, develop a profile of the family. Get down in a list, bullet point, bullet point, bullet point, bullet point. This is what we're praying and working and striving, if God will give us the power and the resources and the people it takes, this is what is happening in the life of this man, this woman, this child. This is so powerful. It will unlock people's hearts, and God will move them to give to your ministry. Thank you.